Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So today we are going to discuss the next answer copy of our aim for agriculture series. So as you all know that we are having aim for agriculture series in which we are having daily answer writing practice and weekly full tests. So today we are going to discuss the copy of day 44. We have already discussed the copies till day 43, and today we will discuss the copy of day 44, and we will see what were the questions asked and how the student has approached the answer. And by analyzing these types of answer, you can also get certain amount of help, certain amount of benefit. You can see how to write certain points, how to introduce, how to conclude, how to structure your answer, how to write certain examples. So all these things can be very helpful in your answer writing journey. So let's start. So the first question is, write a note on microbial pesticides and use suitable examples. So I must let you know one thing, that I will be discussing all the important points in brief, because discussing all the points in detail will take a lot of time, and all of these things have been discussed in the static videos. So if you have not having any kind of conceptual clarity, or if you are hindering anywhere in the concepts, you can go and refer those videos first, where all the things have been discussed in detail, and you will get a fair amount of conceptual clarity. Or you can also refer the answer writing practice videos, because there I only discuss one question, so I discuss that answer in detail. But here, as I will be discussing the three questions, so I will be just giving you a brief of the structure and the basic idea of the points. Okay, but if you want to read the points, you can simply pause the video and read everything in detail. Okay, I will give you a certain amount of time where you can pause and read the answers if you want to. So let's start the answer. So first question is, write a note on microbial pesticides, use suitable examples. So as the name suggests, microbial pesticides, that we are using certain kind of microorganism, or you can say certain kind of microbes, which could be bacteria, fungi, viruses, protozoa, for the role of pesticides, or you can say for the control of agricultural pests. For example, we all know the Bt bacteria, that is Bacillus thuringiensis, which is highly used in Bt cotton. So what happened? Here this Bt bacteria helped in the control of cotton bollworm. Okay, so this is what microbial pesticides are. So we will see the types of microbial pesticides. So this could be bacterial pesticides, as a note have been written. So there are a variety of options on which you can write notes. Okay, you can write advantages, disadvantages, types. So all these things can be included in the notes. Okay, because anything is not specifically mentioned in the answer to write advantages, types, everything. So whenever these types of questions are asked, try to briefly discuss two three fair amount of two three things of the word. Such here is the microbial pesticides. To try to go into two three aspects of microbial pesticides, and you will get good amount of marks. So first the student has written the types of microbial pesticides. It could be bacterial pesticides, for example Bt. Okay, action have been mentioned, use have been mentioned. If you want to read the answers in detail, simply pause the video and read it. Okay, fungal pesticides have been mentioned, for example Bavaria pesticides. Okay, action has been written, use have been written. It can be used against white fly, aphids, beetles. Viral pesticides have been mentioned, for example NPV, and this NPV is been important because a previous year question was asked on this NPV. Okay, so you should be also knowing these terms. Okay, and I have discussed all these things in the static videos, do refer them. Viral pesticides have been mentioned, then protozoan pesticides have been mentioned. As I was discussing, whenever there is note, you can go and touch two three aspects. So as the student has done, the student has written the types first and then written the benefits also. For example, target is specificity, target is specific, it is target is specific. Secondly, environmental safety, it is the major advantages, because instead of chemical we are using microorganisms, which are much safer in comparison with the chemicals that we use in classical pesticides. It promotes sustainable agriculture. Some challenges have been also mentioned, such as slow action. Okay, environmental sensitivity could be there. Many times, what happen in kind of microbes when grow in large amounts, that can those can also add some other challenges. So there are some challenges also, benefits also. So benefits, challenges, types are mentioned. So a very well written answer and appropriately concluded. Now let's move to the next question. The next question was, Discuss about Antodaya Anna Yojana and midday meal scheme. So first of all, student has mentioned about Antodaya Anna Yojana. We all know that it was to provide subsidized food grains to poorest families in the India. Okay, through PDS. Features have been mentioned, and one thing you should know that 35 kg of food grains per family was given, rupees 2 per kg for wheat and rupees 3 per kg for rice. Okay, coverage have been mentioned, features have been mentioned. If you want to read the answer, simply pause the video and read all the things. Okay. The scheme covers around 2.5 crore families. Impact have been mentioned. Food security, economic relief. Challenges have been mentioned. There are identification issues, leakages are there. So overall, nicely written answer. Overall, nicely written answer. Now the second part of the question, that is midday meal scheme. So we all know what midday meal scheme is. That is feeding the children in the school. Okay, who the children who are going to schools are fed in the lunch time with a midday meal. Okay, fed lunch to enhance the nutritional status of children. Key features have been mentioned. The target groups are the children of grades 1 to 8. Nutritional guidelines have been given. Calories have been mentioned. Okay, certain amount of calories has to be taken by students. Certain amount of proteins have been taken by the student. Coverage has been mentioned. It covers around 100 million children across India. Okay, impact have been mentioned, that is educational outcomes. Many times what happens, it also enhanced the uh, ratio of students coming to school. The enrollment ratio increased. Okay, the retention ratio in the schools increased. Okay, nutritional benefits, social equity. So these are some of the impacts. Challenges are also there, that is quality and safety of food, lack of infrastructure is there. Many times what happens, it has become a norm in the backward states such as Bihar, Jharkhand, in some parts of Chhattisgarh, many areas where you can observe also that the children are not going school to study. They are just going in the lunch period, eating the lunch and coming home. So these are also the challenges which needs to be corrected. Okay, or which needs some attention and appropriately concluded answer. Now let's move to the next question. The next question is, discuss the package of practices for groundnut. So we all know what groundnut is. It is a kind of leguminous wild seed generally grown in the subtropical regions. And in India, the highest producer is Gujarat. Its variety have been mentioned, that is TMB2, JL24, K134, and you can see many various types of varieties have been mentioned. At least 8 to 9 varieties have been mentioned by the student. It is good that you are knowing good amount of varieties and writing it, but if you are not knowing, please try to remember at least 2 3 important varieties, because remembering such amount of varieties for such crops, such such high amount of crops, such numbers of crops is not easy. So please try to remember at least 2 to 3 varieties, 2 to 3 important varieties of all the crops. It will be helpful. Soil preparation have been mentioned. Soil type, that is sandy loam to loam soils. And one thing I must let you know, whenever you don't know the soil type for the certain crop and it is a commonly grown crop in India, just go and write loam soils. Okay, most of the crops which are grown in India are are highly grown in loam soils. They can nicely grow in loam soils because loam soil is one of the best soils for agriculture production. So if you are not knowing the soil type, do not go that much in deep thinking which soil to write. Certainly write loam soil, it will be correct. pH have been mentioned, field preparation have been mentioned, soil testing have been mentioned, sowing time have been mentioned, that is for Kharif it is mid June to mid July or early July, and for Rabi it is November December. Seed rate have been mentioned, spacing have been mentioned, seed treatment with Thiram, Captain, Rhizobium. Okay, so these are, or you can add also Agelospiridium in many crops. These are some of the common seed treatment agents. So if you are not knowing, you can write these things in various of the crops. It will be correct only. Nutrient management have been mentioned, better basal fertilizer, gypsum can be applied, macronutrient management have been mentioned. So overall, nicely written points. Pegging stage. So you should know this because this is the characteristics and a kind of a different type of thing which is done in groundnut pegging. So if you don't know pegging, I have discussed all these things in the static videos. If you have not seen a static video, you must see it because a lot of concept of yours will be clear. Okay, water management have been mentioned, weed management have been mentioned. The fairly good written points. You can simply pause the video and read these points. Pest management have been mentioned, integrated pest management have been mentioned, disease management have been mentioned, harvesting have been mentioned, maturity indications have been mentioned. So overall nice written points, well written answer. Harvesting method have been mentioned. You can simply pause and read this. Yield have been mentioned. Post harvest management is mentioned. So very well written answer. And I hope you like the video. You understand all the things, all the basic things in the answers, which could be very helpful to you. And I think you have paused the video at several interval and read these answers, which could be very beneficial to you. So that is all for today. Please press the like button if you like it. Please do share. Please do subscribe. It takes a lot of hard work to make such videos for you on डेली बेसिस पे ऐसे वीडियोस को बनाने के लिए काफी हार्ड वर्क लगता है. एंड इफ यू लाइक, इफ यू शेयर, इफ यू सब्सक्राइब, इट मोटिवेट्स अस टू मेक मोर सच वीडियोस फॉर यू रेगुलरली. So that is all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you.